Hey, and welcome to another video. I'm gonna give you 3 tips on how to pass and close any interview in any industry that you have. Okay, I have over 10 years of experience conducting and doing interviews for myself, and here are the top 3 things I've noticed while doing all those activities. Let's get started. All right, tip number one. Tip number one is not to use common sense. What do you mean by that? Well, let's pretend I'm an interviewer and I'm asking you a question. Hey, so what do you like to do for fun? What activities do you like to do outside of work? Can you walk me through some of those things? Sure, you might say, hey, that's common sense. That's easy. I like to play basketball. I like to go out with friends. I like to laugh. I like to have a good time. X, wrong. They don't want to hear those things. They're like, okay, that's a typical, okay, sure. Now I'm going to show you how I would answer that question. I'm in IT, so I'm going to pretend like I'm in a engineering role. Hey, John, can you please tell me about what you like to do for fun? Tell me about yourself. Kind of like what you like to do in your spare time. Hey, interviewer, thank you for asking me that question. What I love to do for fun is I like to keep up to date with the latest technologies that are out there available. Some of the technologies that I use on a daily basis. I like to read articles, see YouTube videos on it. Always want to be advanced. And on my downtime, I like to read books on product management, how to better improve a team as a tech lead, and so those sort of activities. And he said, wow, even in his downtime, his goals, his activities, his life is revolved around improving himself. That's what a company wants to hear. Your outside activities align and benefit them. Remember, you're working for them. Remember, they want to see what you're doing is going to benefit their goals, their outcomes. What are you doing to always be working for them? Again, that's how companies think. I'm letting you know these internal secrets. They don't want to hear that you love to have fun. Sure, you can say, hey, at the end of that answer, you can say, and after that, when I do just want to wind down, I like to go on walks. I like to spend time with family, X, Y, Z. But the main portion of that is what they heard and wrote down. He likes to stay up to date with X, Y, Z. He likes to read these blogs. This guy is totally aligned with our company's goals. We need him. We don't need the guy that's on his downtime, doesn't mention anything professional. He just does blah, 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 blah. These are things that I've personally done, and I have beaten other competitors because of that one line of sentence. Those small details matter. All right. Tip number 2, do not oversell yourself. Please don't do it. What do you mean by that, James? Well, okay, let me give you an example. This is a common interview question. Hey, so how proficient is just a fancy word for saying, how skilled, how much experience, how proficient are you in this particular skill? And again, these are generic industry-wide questions. Doesn't matter if chemist, IT, pharmacy, construction, it doesn't matter what industry, these questions are asked. How proficient are you in this skill? Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm 10 out of 10. I'm 100%. I'm ready to go. And that is not what they want to hear. There's a wise man once said, I forget his name, but if you guys know it, leave a comment down below on who said that quote. But or this principle that states this: a man or woman that says they are a expert in this field actually knows less than someone that says, hey, I'm actually a 6 out of 10 on this scale. Hey, I'm actually a 7 out of 10, because he's humble. He knows he would never know all of it. So if I'm interviewing you and I were to ask you, hey, how proficient are you? How excellent are you at this skill? Don't say 9 out of 10. Don't say 10 out of 10. Be humble, be realistic to yourself. Ask yourself, do I know every single thing about my field? The answer is no. Because if you did, you wouldn't even be watching this interview video. You'd be somewhere making over $1 million. This is, we're not all experts. Even myself now, over 10 years, if you were to ask me, hey, how would you rate your skill level in your current field? I would literally, honestly give you a 6 out of 10 or 7 out of 10 max. because there's always someone smarter than you. There's always someone that has 20, 50, 60 years of experience. There's always someone that knows a little bit more than you do. We have to be humble, accept that. And by saying that it's an interview, they say, well, we can respect this man or woman for being honest with us and open. This is a candidate that obviously is distinguishing himself from the rest of the competition. Let's move forward. Lastly, if you've made it this far to tip number 3, I want to say thank you. And if you've gotten some value, please share it to your son, your friend, your sister, someone that's graduated college or high school. They want to get ready to the world. This is a great video for them to get started and practicing their interview skills. So tip number 3 is do not speak like your life depends on it. Again, I want to repeat, do not speak so much that you lose your interviewer. So let's say we're doing a video interview right now, and I were to ask you a question. Hey, tell me about an issue you solved in your workplace. Tell me about a problem you were able to handle. Tell me how you solved XYZ. And again, this is industry. It doesn't matter what industry you're in. This is a question they're going to ask you. If you go ahead and respond, and you're talking and talking and talking, and it's been 6 minutes, and the interviewer kind of looks like this, or he's like, okay, he stopped taking notes because he's like, when is she ever going to stop? When is he ever going to stop? That's a problem. When you're doing an interview, it needs to feel like a discussion. It needs to feel engaging. Again, this shouldn't be a question, answer. It needs to be, how do you, if you ask me a question and I'm responding to you, ask him a question back. Hey, I did XYZ to solve this problem. Is this something that you did also in your company? Oh, well, thank you for the question, blah, 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 blah. I'm answering this question. How do you feel? It's a dialogue. And it might almost sound like a sales pitch, but that's how you sell yourself. You're selling yourself in this interview. That's what an interview is. You need to sell yourself so that you can win against your other competitors. When you're interviewing for a job, there's probably 10, 8, 20 people after that same job. I applied for a role last year, and you know how many candidates were there? 200 candidates. How are you going to make yourself different? How are you going to sell yourself? If you're talking, they're out. You lost them. Dialogue. Make them laugh. Have a conversation. Don't be so tense. Loosen up a little bit. Relax. And if you're not on a video call and you're doing your phone interview, you can still notice. Is he just saying, okay, yep, okay, yep. Wrong. You don't want that. Engage. Ask a question that makes him think. It's going to keep your name at his head much longer. I promise you, if you use those 3 skills in your next interview, you have a much higher chance than beating out the rest of the competition. So if you got value from this video, please share with your friend, share with your sister, share with your brother, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your cousin, your uncle, whoever it is that's looking to get into the professional world. These tips are going to help you beat out your competition. And if you got value, please share the video, like and subscribe. I hope to see you in the next video. I'm James with Rolonium University. Thank you so much, and bye-bye.